Welcome to the Tucson Arena and University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey. I'm Timothy S., and I'm here with Sean Grunhagen, and we're going to call tonight, along with Griffin Dine, the game tonight between the number 11 University of Oklahoma Sooners and the number 24 University of Arizona Wildcats. Sean, after all these injuries, the University of Arizona is back in the rankings at number 24. That's an exciting thing for them. They've played an incredibly difficult schedule so far. They've still managed to be 9-8. Now, I think a lot of fans might say, well, that's not very impressive. With the kind of teams they've been playing, top 10 teams, and all the injuries, I think it is impressive that the Cats now debut in the ACHA National Poll at number 24. Is that impressive, Sean?
Oh, sorry, Tom. I was spaced out there. Oh, my bad. I was reading my phone. That was my bad on that one. I was spaced out there. But yeah, no, that's good to see them back in the top 25, Tim. They need to be in the top 16, I believe, to make it to the national tournament. So especially this weekend, they play number 12 Oklahoma and number 5 Central Oklahoma. So it'll be a good test to see if they can get some wins here this weekend, possibly go for 3 wins. That would definitely bring them up way higher in the rankings, definitely past top 20, maybe top 15. So, yeah, it's a big weekend, good test for the Wildcats.
Well, let's talk about this challenge this weekend. University of Oklahoma tonight, Central Oklahoma, number 5, Central Oklahoma, tomorrow and Saturday. Remember, fans, the game tomorrow is here at the Tucson Arena at 2 p.m. You have to play hooky for hockey. You have to get off school. You have to get off work, or just sneak away and come see the Wildcats play Central Oklahoma, number 5. Also on Saturday, 2 p.m. here at the Tucson Arena, the Cats in Central Oklahoma. Let's talk about this weekend. These are 2 highly ranked teams. The Cats have already played them. The Cats have a lot of injuries, but we also have some good news for Arizona and Arizona fans. We're going to have a debut of a new defenseman tonight, just joining the team, Mike Damian, who Coach is very high about, says he has a lot of skill, and the Cats have a lot of defensive injuries, and they could certainly use another talented defenseman. And more good news, the Cats' leading scorer, Toppy Hogan, who suffered a shoulder injury last weekend, has responded very well to treatment, and he's actually going to play in spot duty tonight. Coach believes on power plays and perhaps important faceoffs. But just getting Toppy Hogan back in the room, I think, has got to raise the spirit of the Cats.
Yeah, Tim, definitely. He's been doing very well this season, as he's been almost averaging 2 points a game. So he's been providing a lot of firepower up front for the Wildcats offense, as well as, like you said, Tim, winning key faceoff draws in every zone throughout the ice. So, yeah, it will be good to see Toppy. Good to see him get back on the ice, and that his injury didn't delay him for too much further this season. So, yeah, it'll be, like we said, it's good to see him back and looking to him making some offensive contributions.
The Cats have had so many injuries and so much bad news personnel-wise that to have Toppy Hogan's injury not be so serious that he was lost for the rest of the semester or the season is incredibly good news. Let's just hope that he doesn't get injured this weekend, and he's out for the all-important ASU series, which is, of course, December 2nd and December 3rd right here at the Tucson Convention Center Arena. Those games, of course, will be at 7:30 on Friday and Saturday night. We're about 12 minutes away from the start of our game here tonight between the University of Arizona and the University of Oklahoma Sooners. Highly ranked. Now, the Cats were competitive with the Sooners on their road trip, dropping the second game 6-4, I believe, but with an empty netter at the end of the game, and it was a good competitive game. What does Arizona need to do tonight to compete with Oklahoma?
Yeah, Oklahoma's a tough team to play against. They're really skilled. They have a lot of depth. Lines 1 through 4 can all play defensive pairs 1 through 3. They can put anyone out on the ice in any situation. So, I mean, as for a top team, you need to have that depth, which Oklahoma is a top team in the ACHA. So, for the Wildcats to be successful tonight, I'd say more puck support. Hopefully the team worked on that with practice and video. I'd say doing better in the defensive zone, making sure the puck gets out. No bad turnovers within their defensive zone, which has led to scoring opportunities for top teams like we saw before with Colorado and Minot State. So be very clean in the defensive zone and come up the ice together. They need to have more puck support, more guys coming together instead of having one guy in against like 2 or 3 guys for Oklahoma. So puck support, get pucks to the net, more of a net presence, I'd say, too. We haven't seen too many goals where the Wildcats have gotten rebound goals where the puck is just – there's been so many times we saw these past few weeks where the puck will just be sitting there and the goalie has no idea where it's at. And no Wildcat players are anywhere to be found for that puck. So probably just a little grittier and hungrier to get to the front of the net for better net presence and to get those goals, the puck back in the net.
Well, I think you're absolutely right about especially the defensive zone presence. Sean, the Cats have had real problems, as you said, this year, gaining possession of the puck, keeping possession of the puck in their own zone, and chipping it out. They've gotten better over the last couple of weeks, but they tend to have periods where they scramble a little bit in their own end. And we've seen against highly skilled offensive teams, those pucks end up in the net. So I think that's absolutely a key for Arizona is to have good possession in their own end. Now, getting the start and goal for Arizona tonight will be Garrett Patrick, who had a strong weekend last weekend. For the most part, there was the 7-0 loss against Colorado, where both Arizona goaltenders had a really, really rough night. But Garrett Patrick responded well in the second game against Colorado, dropping a 4-3 decision. So it's hard to get a silver lining out of those 2 losses against Colorado, which I thought was a very talented team. But I think the fact that Garrett Patrick showed, I think, some mental strength in that second game is something positive for Arizona's goaltenders to build on.
Yeah, Tim, especially Garrett Patrick. We saw last week he got pulled after those 3 goals, and Austin Wilson was put in, and Coach Berman decided to replace Austin Wilson with Garrett Patrick in the third period. And even though the Wildcats were down 7-0, we saw Garrett Patrick didn't show any signs of giving up or quitting on his team, and for the whole third period, he didn't let in a goal, and that led into the next day. The next game, unfortunately, the Wildcats lost 4-3, but it was great to see Garrett bounce back from getting pulled and letting him some goals that he knew he should have probably stopped. So, yeah, it was just overall good character by Garrett Patrick to come back in and not play bad and not let his mental side of him get to him. So it was good to see that. So looking forward for a big game from Garrett Patrick tonight in between the pipes.
So the University of Oklahoma Sooners are waiting to take the ice for the team introductions. We'll have the introductions of both Oklahoma and the University of Arizona, and then our national anthem. And we'll drop the puck. It's hockey night in Tucson. It's the University of Arizona Wildcats and the Oklahoma Sooners in a one-game winner takes all. The Cats play in league play 3 games in a row, usually 2 games against one team and 1 against the other. And this is the 1 game against Oklahoma, Central Oklahoma, number 5, coming into the Tucson Arena tomorrow and Saturday. Remember, the puck drops at 2 p.m. for those games. We hope Wildcat fans will come down and enjoy some afternoon hockey here at the Tucson Arena. So Oklahoma's waiting to take the ice. We're waiting for the Arizona Wildcats to appear at the gate. We'll have the team introductions and the national anthem. We'll drop the puck and have an exciting night of college hockey here in Tucson. Finally feels a little bit like hockey weather out, Sean. I think it was only in the 70s today.
Only, Tim, yeah.
So as we get into the second semester, teams like Oklahoma or Minot State or those kinds of teams will really enjoy their trip to Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, yeah, especially Minot, Tim. Up there, it's very cold.
Another dimension. The referees have now taken the ice, and that can only mean that the teams also will appear shortly. I see University of head coach Chad Berman and assistant Eddie Lavilla now making their way to the bench. And that means that the Cats must be close behind. They have quite the walk from the new locker room at the TCC Arena. New locker rooms were built, and the old locker rooms were rebuilt for the new pro team, the Roadrunners, here in town. And the U of A has a brand new locker room, but it's quite a distance away from the ice. They have to walk quite a distance to get here. Now I see them coming out of the locker room area. They make kind of a serpentine path to the ice. And they're going to come into your picture just about now. So here's the starting lineup for both teams.
At right wing, number 7, Tanner Flynn. At the center position for the Sooners, number 18, Oliver Watt. At left defense, number 22, Jackson Giamona. At right defense, number 8, Patrick Grace. And in the next night, for the visiting Sooners, number 31, Hunter Fernandez. The head coach is Peter Arventis.
And here's the introduction of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on the ice, your Arizona Wildcats. And ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Arizona Wildcats. Starting at left wing, number 22, Robert Smythe. And right away, number 25, Brian Scher. At the center position for your Cats, number 12, Chris Westland. At the defense, number 8, Cam Armstrong. And number 20, Manny Rose. And into the tonight for your Wildcats, number 35, Garrett Patrick. The head coach for your Wildcats is Jan Crow. This is the coaches Eddie Lavia, Shane Marcel, and Jim Corcoran. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and face the South Pole for tonight's national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early night what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the red country wide were so gallantly streaming. I get to that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
tonight's cup presidents, Russell Brooks. Your linesmen tonight, Kevin I and Kate Johnson.
All right, we are ready to rumble at the Tucson Arena between Arizona and Oklahoma. You know, Sean, I think it's really important that the Cats get out to a good defensive start here. They're playing a very talented team, highly ranked, and the Cats don't do well playing from behind. I mean, that sounds like a silly thing to say, but I think the Cats, especially with all their injuries, play so much better when it's a good close game.
Yeah, Tim. Yeah, definitely. It's hard to play, especially when you're down, to get back into the game and make those comebacks. Especially like last game was 4-1, and the Cats came back 4-3, but it was just one goal shy of tying the game and putting it into overtime.
And the puck is dropped, and here with our play-by-play is Sean Grunhagen.
And that puck will.
I think it went into the bench. Went into the bench area there, Sean.
Yeah, Tim. I think the puck hopped over there, hit someone on the bench, so back out to center, and Oklahoma wins that. Giamona for Oklahoma behind the net, makes a breakout pass to his defensive partner, and that will be chipped in by Grace. And Armstrong will chip that one up. Smythe has control. He just dumps that one in. Oh, it's on sides. Brian Shear on the forecheck. Westland there to support. Throws it up top, up to Rosetta. Rosetta shoots that. One gets blocked down front. Mike Damien with the shot. Oh, good try there by Westland to try and tip that.
Good first shift here for Arizona.
Yeah, they got some momentum here, and Smythe gets taken down.
No call.
By Oliver Roy.
Cats go for a change now. That was a good first shift by Arizona, getting a shot on goal, and a good idea trying to slip the puck into the slot area.
And Ty Griffith on the puck here with John Hogan and Dylan Carter out there. Good step there by Corey Hirsch. And Lara turns the puck over to Griffith. Griffith takes that one down low, circles around. Ooh, takes a thumping hit into the boards. And here comes Lara on a one-on-one. And that will be called for a hand pass on Oklahoma. That puck will be in the neutral zone towards the Oklahoma defensive end.
So just a minute and a half gone in the first period between Arizona and Oklahoma.
And Oklahoma wins that draw. Cabana circles back. And Oklahoma, Hawgood from Kamloops, British Columbia, will quarterback the play. Oklahoma dumps that in. Hard on the puck, Armstrong. And number 29, Erickson, whiffs on that pass. Wilkinson will chip that one in deep. Cabana will wrap that around. That one goes out to new defenseman for the Wildcats, Mike Damien, over to Rosetta. Rosetta takes the puck up the ice, makes a nice little chip around the boards, chips that in deep onto Fernandez. Fernandez sends that one off the glass. Damien sends that back down low. Hawgood chips it up. Stavroff sends that one down low to Stallhuth.
Mike Damien already showing us some strength there on the blue line there, Sean.
Yeah, Timmy made a good step there and just sent that one down low to Stallhuth, which kept the puck in the zone, which is good for the Cats.
Now, Coach Berman's biggest concern for Mike Damien, the new defenseman for Arizona, right now is just his game conditioning. He hasn't played in a little while, and he probably doesn't have his game conditioning up, so we'll see how much he's actually used here tonight. But hopefully over this weekend, he'll work himself into good game shape, especially for that big ASU weekend.
And White makes that pass over, and Oklahoma will shoot that one in.
Ooh, Oklahoma player into the net. Net comes off, and we'll have a face-off in the Arizona zone, I'm going to assume.
That one's probably going to be outside since Oklahoma took the net off.
You're absolutely right. Official determines the Oklahoma player was not pushed in. He did it himself.
Yeah,
And once again, we're both wrong. The the face-off will be in the Arizona
I
zone.
thought that one was going to be outside since number 54, Charlie Shepard, fell right into the net and took the pegs out.
I think the official thought that perhaps he was pushed in by an Arizona player.
And Olsen back on the puck. Oklahoma will cycle that one down low. Olsen chips that up. Westland over to Smythe. Smythe has room to skate. We'll decide to chip that one in deep. Grace back. He cycles that one around to number 16, Michael Bem. Bem will use his body shot, rebound out front.
Big rebound. Big rebound all the way out to center ice.
And McInnes over to number 61, Coates. And Armstrong back. And Oklahoma's looking to get some offense going. Sent down to Coates again. Coates comes out with it. He has room to skate. Oh, hits the back of the net. And Rowe will send that around to John Hogan. Hogan just loses it in his feet there. And Armstrong wraps that around over to Smythe. Smythe has room to skate, but he gains repossession. Takes a big hit into the boards. Here comes McInnes for Oklahoma. He's walking around and shoots that, and Garrett Patrick makes a nice glove save.
Good confident save by Garrett Patrick. Manny Rowe, number 20 for Arizona, took a nice elbow right to the chops there on that shift. No call. The physical play picking up a little bit here from Oklahoma as they gain some good possession time with 15:50 now to go in this first period.
And John Hogan will send that one down, but I think Carter could have beat him out for that icing, as I think the ref there, Tim, was a little whistle happy.
That's an unfortunate icing call. Kind of an attempt at a long stretch pass there, an unfortunate icing. So we're back in the Arizona zone to the left of Garrett Patrick, and the Cats face off.
And Rosetta, using his speed, chips that one off the boards. And regained by John Hogan. He sends that up. Turnover on the red line. Cats dump it in. Damian back to play that for the Wildcats. Takes a hit into the boards. Dylan Carter caught with his head down, but wins the battle, and that one gets sent out to John Hogan. Hogan will send that one, and the Wildcats will go in for a change. Fernandez back to play that. Cabana has lots of room to scale. We'll just chip that to Erickson, but Erickson just a little bit over the blue line, and that'll be an offsides.
So Cat fans, stick around after the first period. Our Lexi Oakley will be interviewing Drew Westbrook from the University of Oklahoma Sooners. In between the second and third, we'll talk to a Wildcat, Greg Hendrickson. So stick around for that, as we're just 5 minutes into this first period, and the Cats have been very competitive with Oklahoma, Sean.
Yeah, Tim, they're doing a good job of effort right now. I think both teams are seen to adjust to see what each team's doing, but yeah, it's a good back and forth game right now. And Erickson will chip that out. Good play by Olsen to box the Oklahoma forward out, and he takes a big hit into the boards.
Okay, he's okay, and it's up. Ooh, and a deflected shot off of Patrick. Cats running around in their own end a little bit here.
And Granoff takes a hit from behind. Grace out front. Wilkinson into his feet. He'll chip that one out. And G. Amona will send that out. And over to Balsamo. Balsamo just loses that one, takes a hard hit there. Lazarek has time with the puck. Lazarek. Oh, Stavroff making a good step there. And Stallhuth trying to break the zone. And
they wave off icing. That's a good play.
Oh, nice look there from Stallhuth. And it
Threw
comes
the puck
right
out
out.
in front right. No, but no Cat can get to it.
And number 16, Bam, goes in. Ooh, hard shot just wide of the net.
Good opportunity for Oklahoma there on the exchange there.
And Lazarek will has time.
Both teams go for a change here. 13:25 to go in this first period.
And Rowe Sends it over to Shear. Shear has room to skate. He throws that across over to Smythe. No one really going for that one. And, big hit there by Brian Shears. He chips that one in. Good boost for the Cats. Shear bringing his physical presence that he displays his grittiness. And here comes Uland.
Good save by Garrett Patrick. Wasn't quite sure where it was there for a second. Kind of hit the heel of his glove, but he gathers it up. And we'll have a face-off in the Arizona zone. Both teams go for a change here. I think you're absolutely right, Sean. There's a bit of a feeling out process here going on between these two teams. They're trying to measure each other a little bit and see what each other exactly have. But another thing I think is obvious, as you were saying before, Sean, Oklahoma has more than just one top line. They have several good lines that they can roll.
Yeah, Tim, that's what we're seeing so far with both the display and a big hit there by Corey Hirsch.
Here's a good breakout of the Arizona defensive zone.
Olsen chips that one, backhand shot. And Carter sends that one up to Griffith. He shoots that one. Blocker saved by Fernandez. And Hirsch with the rip, and that one will come back out to the neutral zone to Olsen. Olsen sends that one deep. And that one will get chipped out into the stands.
So we have a whistle. 7 minutes and 59 seconds to go, or gone in this first period, rather. With the score still tied at 0. Scoreless between these two teams is what I was trying to say, between the Arizona Wildcats and the Oklahoma Sooners.
And that one will come back out to center ice. And Granoff wins that draw. Armstrong over to Rowe. Rowe back to Armstrong. Good hinge there by the Wildcats. And Balsamo will send that one deep. Wilkinson on the forecheck. Granoff sends that down low. Sends that around to Erickson. Erickson tries to chip that out. And Wilkinson will send that back low.
Neither team really able to sustain offensive zone pressure here so far. Oklahoma, I suppose. Oh, big hit on the near boards.
And Erickson will make a nice little move. And, wow, that was a nice little toe drag there. He looks like he just kind of chipped that one over the glove of Garrett Patrick as there was a screen in front of him. So Erickson with a nice move there, Tim. Got to give him credit. Those silky mitts he had displayed there.
Beautiful, beautiful move. And then just kind of popped the puck over Garrett Patrick's shoulder there. And it's 1-0 Oklahoma. Here's some fine puck handling there with a couple guys draped all over him, Sean. That's a good quality goal from Oklahoma.
And that will be sent in. Olsen back to play that. Sends that to Smythe. Smythe takes a big hit on the boards. Brian Shear hard on the puck. McInnes moves that one up to Shepard. Shepard has room. It's a 3-2 for Oklahoma. And that one gets blocked by Manny Rowe.
Lane Erickson with the goal for Oklahoma. They take a 1-0 lead on Arizona almost halfway through this first period. As the Cats get it to center ice and almost had a break there.
And Rowe will come back to play that. Sends that over to John Hogan. He chips that. No tripping call there on the Cats. And here comes Ty Griffith. Makes one nice move. Who just loses it on the edge of his stick. Now the play out to center ice. Griffith chips that one in down low. McInnes back to play that. He sends that back around. Vuelo. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Oh. And Rosetta back to play that. Reverses that to Damien. Damien up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson turns it over. And Oklahoma sends it back down. Rosetta sends it over to Damien. Damien finds Granoff in the middle. Oh, Robbie Wilkinson. Oh, regains possession, takes a hit on the blue line. And back out to Rosetta. Rosetta, just misses the stick of Damien, and Garrett Patrick out to play that. Balsamo tries playing out to the middle. Aaron Lara. And Oklahoma send that one out front off the stick of Charlie James. Going over to Rosetta. Fends off a hit. And Damien will just send that one out to the neutral zone. And Damien back to play that.
We were wondering how much Mike Damien was going to play in this game, and he's already had a couple long shifts.
And that one will go over to Starhuth. Starhuth chips that, and that one goes out of play. And I think that hit a fan in the stands.
Indeed it did. I think he caught it, and he's okay. And that's the best part when you get a puck in the stands, is if you're not hurt by it. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Garrett Patrick. The Cats trailing 1-0 to Oklahoma in this first period.
Oh,
that was a big hit on the near side boards there. A little bit of an extension of the stick there too, but nothing called, and play continues.
And looks like
that'll definitely get the attention of Arizona. Now we have a call.
Yeah, I think that call is going to be on Charlie James for a roughing or cross check.
Now they're calling it a hold.
Oh, never mind. It's on Damien. I thought
It's
Charlie James did take a big hit, and he threw out a little bit of a cross check, so I saw the ref's hand go up as soon as that happened, but looks like new defenseman number 19, Mike Damien.
I saw the same thing, Sean. Those hands definitely got extended with the stick. But that's not called. Instead, a hold on Mike Damien. Arizona goes on the power kill. Oklahoma on the power play with 8:24 to go in this first period. Here's the call.
11 minutes, 35 seconds.
So the Cats need to go on the kill here.
Good save there by Garrett Patrick to steer that way from the front of the net.
Oklahoma taking their time on this power play for sure.
And that one gets sent down to Shepard. And Manny Rowe will send that down, and the Wildcats will have a wholesale change. And Fernandez leaves that back behind for McInnes. And McInnes and Giamona. And here comes Erickson. Had the first goal for the Sooners.
Oklahoma very deliberate here. They're not flashy. They're very deliberate, though.
And easy save there for Garrett Patrick as he gobbles that one up.
Yeah, you don't get a sense of an explosive team from Oklahoma, but with enough size and strength to keep the puck in the zone and decide what they want to do with it.
And Robbie Wilkinson chips that out.
45 seconds to go on the power play for Oklahoma, leading Arizona 1-0 with 7 minutes to go in this first period.
And Rulin sends that over to Erickson. Erickson will wrap that around, intended for number 22. I'm sorry. And the Cats will break it out, but regained by Hawgood. And Hawgood will chip that one in deep. Garrett Patrick back to play that. Olsen picks that one, and he's looking for a long pass. Oh, sorry. They're still in the penalty kill. I Got to pay attention to that.
Still 5 seconds to go on the power play, Sean, but it's about to expire. Now Mike Damian comes out of the box as Oklahoma retains possession in the Arizona zone. Let's see if they can get it out.
And over to Damian. Damian chips that one back to Griffith.
Damian goes for a change.
And over to Carter. Carter circles back around. Up top to Rowe. Armstrong back to Rowe.
He's got to get that on net.
And over to Carter. Carter makes a nice move. And that one will get chipped out. And
Arizona does not get a shot on goal.
And that one goes back to Armstrong. Armstrong turns that one over, but luckily Oklahoma will send that one down deep.
In that kind of opportunity, Sean, the Cats got to get the puck on net.
Yeah, Tim. Carter had, maybe he didn't think he had that much time, but he had some time to get a quick release shot coming out of the corner, made a few nice moves. But the Cats right now need some shots, and I think Carter just needs to let that one go next time. And regained by 39 Lara. And that will get shot on. Back to Lara.
A lot of traffic in front there.
Lara will cycle that one back down to Vuelo. And Olsen will send that one down. And
I've been calling that an ice.
No icing.
But now they've waved it off, thankfully.
And Cabana sets it up, leaves it for Hawgood.
Less than 5 minutes to go in this first period.
And Damian will send that one in deep. Over to 25. Oh. Oklahoma Terry Flakes a spill on the blue line behind the back pass. Ooh, that one just misses the net. And Westland using his speed just chips that out and takes a big hit.
And Mike Damian right back on the ice after coming out of the box, went to the bench briefly, and he's now right back out there.
And he sends that one in deep. Oh, and the refs will call an icing on the Wildcats.
You know, if he's not in game shape now, Mike Damian's going to skate himself into game shape if Coach Berman keeps using him this much in this game. He's obviously needed a lot of injuries on the blue line for Arizona. Arizona trailing 1-0 with 4:22 to go in this first period. They've played a pretty good first period, Sean, but not a lot of offensive pressure on Oklahoma.
And Oklahoma will win that draw back to 61 Coates. Coates, showing some quick foot speed, and Stavroff takes a hit along the boards. Up top to 22, Giamona shoots that one. Soon as regained possession, sends that down low. And Westland has it over to Rosetta. Rosetta tries to chip that one out to Stavroff. He turns it over on the blue line. But back to Damian. Damian throws that one off the glass. And intended for Uland. Uland. Sorry if I got the pronunciation messed up. And Rosetta has time behind the net. His room is skated over to Westland. And Smythe driving the net. Westland will throw that one on. Oh,
it's a good idea.
Good try there. Good back check by Smythe and Westland. Westland throws that down low. And that one will go down as an icing.
So 3:18 to go in the first period. The Cats trailing 1-0 to the Oklahoma Sooners. In between the first and second period, we'll talk to Drew Westbrook from the University of Oklahoma Sooner squad, not playing tonight. Our Lexi Oakley will be here for that interview, and then we'll talk to Greg Hendrickson from the U of A after the second period. And Griffin Dine will join us for the second period of play as well.
And Armstrong back. Sends that one over to Carter up the boards. Carter just chips that one but turns it over, and that one goes back down low to Bem. Armstrong hard on Bem. And Vuelo. Number 6, Lazaric. Oklahoma controlling play down low. Vuelo will shoot that one, rebound.
Boy, able to just turn around, do a 360, and wheel it on net.
And here we see Toppy Hogan out there, and he takes a quick shift and gets off the ice. And McInnes will send that down deep. Back to Hirsch. 2 minutes left to play here in the first period. Hirsch will send a pass. And Fernandez will just cover that one up. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first period. Oklahoma still having the lead, 1 goal to Arizona 0.
You know, we were talking about Toppy Hogan taking a few shifts, maybe work a power play if the Cats can get one. He's back on the bench, goes to the end of the bench. It's hard for me to tell exactly how well he's feeling right now. He's stretching. We have to hope he hasn't aggravated that shoulder. Toppy Hogan, very important, of course, for the entire weekend and the series coming up against ASU.
And number 19, Del Casale. Garrett Patrick takes a high shot up.
Getting
And
late in this
hard.
first period.
Good block there by Griffith, and it looks like the Wildcats have numbers up the ice. Granoff, and he will dump that in, and that will go into the netting, and that one will be sent all the way down. I believe the ref was pointing at, or just outside of the zone. Sorry for the missed call there, as it will not be sent down to the Wildcat zone.
So with 1:30 to go in the first period, we'll have a face-off outside the Oklahoma zone on the near boards here. Cats need to start to generate some offensive attempts.
And Rosetta over to Damien. Damien chips that one up the middle. Grace sends that over to his defensive partner. Sends that all the way over to Coates. Coates looking for number 18, Roy. And Roy first forces a turnover. And the backhand shot. Good hit there by Westland. Westland recovers the puck. Sends that to Smythe. Smythe will send that out to Brian Shear, and he'll come down on one-on-one and just gets poked away from his stick. And Euland makes a few nice moves. And easy glove save by Garrett Patrick. And sorry for the, we're having some technical difficulties here. The camera seems to be out. And face-off one. Back. Oklahoma shoots that, hits the back of the netting. That one gets sent out to the neutral zone for Armstrong. 30 seconds left in this game. Armstrong back, sends that to Rowe. Rowe will just throw that to